Imagine waking up to the sound of military boots on your streets, not because of an external threat, but because your city's leadership has fallen out of favor with the president. This is the chilling reality Illinois and Chicago are fighting against as they sue to block the Trump administration's deployment of the National Guard. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this a necessary measure to restore order? Or an overreach of federal power that undermines local autonomy? Let's dive in. In a bold legal move, the state of Illinois and the city of Chicago have filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration, challenging its plan to deploy the National Guard. The lawsuit, which can be viewed here, https://scribd.com/document/9289921, Illinois National Guard lawsuit, opens with a powerful statement. The American people, regardless of where they reside, should not live under the threat of occupation by the United States military, particularly not simply because their city or state leadership has fallen out of a president's favor. This isn't just a legal battle. It's a fight for the principles of democracy and local governance. Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul pulls no punches in the lawsuit, labeling the deployment of federalized troops to Illinois as patently unlawful. He further argues that the move to federalize members of the National Guard, including both Illinois and Texas units, is illegal, dangerous, and unconstitutional. Raoul is seeking a temporary restraining order, warning that the deployment will exacerbate unrest, deepen mistrust of law enforcement, and harm the state's economy. And this is the part most people miss. The economic fallout of such a deployment could be long-lasting, affecting businesses and residents alike. Over the weekend, a federal memo obtained by CBS News, https://chicago/news 300 Illinois National Guard Troops Federal Service, revealed that up to 300 members of the Illinois National Guard would be federalized and deployed to protect federal property and government personnel performing federal functions. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker confirmed this and added that an additional 400 National Guard members from Texas would be sent to Chicago and Portland, Oregon. However, a federal judge temporarily blocked the deployment to Portland on Sunday. https://www.oregon.judge temporarily blocks deployment National Guard Portland, raising questions about the legality of the administration's actions. These developments come amid the Trump administration's portrayal of Democrat-led cities like Chicago as lawless and war-torn, particularly in the context of its crackdown on illegal immigration. Local officials vehemently dispute this characterization, arguing that military intervention is unnecessary and that federal involvement is only inflaming tensions. The lawsuit goes further, accusing President Trump of waging a long-declared war on Chicago and Illinois through these unlawful and dangerous measures. Here's the bigger question. Is this deployment a legitimate effort to maintain order, or a politically motivated move to assert federal dominance over dissenting cities? The lawsuit underscores the broader implications of such actions, warning that no American should live under the threat of military occupation simply because their local leaders disagree with the president. Governor Pritzker and Attorney General Raoul are set to hold a news conference at 2 p.m. on Monday, joined by Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson. CBS News Chicago will stream the event live on its 24/7 news stream and on air. This is a story that's far from over, and its outcome could set a precedent for the balance of power between federal and local governments. What do you think? Is the deployment of the National Guard justified, or is it an overreach of federal authority? Let us know in the comments below. The Associated Press contributed to this report. For more details, visit lawsuit https://www.cbsnews.com/Chicago. Chicago, www.cbsnews.com/Chicago. Illinois, https://www.cbsnews.com/Chicago. Trump administration, https://www.cbsnews.com/Chicago. Tag, National Guard of the United States. Written by Sarah Tenenbaum, Senior Digital Producer for CBS News Chicago, covering breaking, local, and community news. Previously, she worked as a digital producer and senior digital producer for ABC7 Chicago.